Hey, people of God, how are you? This is Unique. Excuse the look. I was resting because I have to go to work today. But when God put something in my spirit, I had to get up and express myself and say what I have to say. Once again, forgive me how I look. But I want each and every one of y'all to pray for the people of Nashville, Tennessee. We got hit hard last night, and they said the last tornado was like 87 years ago. So I guess they figured since it happened 87 years ago, that it won't happen ever again. But they fail to realize, we got a God to make anything happen any day. Um, when I came to Nashville, Tennessee back in 2009, I loved the place, and I still do love Nashville. Don't get me wrong. I've loved the place. I love the spiritual setting of it. I love the love, the feeling of it. I love the people here because, you know, they showed a lot of hospitality and love. I just loved everything about Nashville. And this is where God has called me and my children to be. So when I first got here, and a lot of people, if you don't know, Tennessee is supposed to be a Bible state. Nashville, Tennessee, and I think the other parts of Tennessee is supposed to be a Bible state. So when you used to drive in Nashville, Tennessee downtown, you used to see what's the name, Graham. I can't think his name, but his last name is Graham, and he was a preacher. And if I'm not mistaken, his church was downtown as well. So they had a statue of him standing, big real statue of him standing with a Bible in his hand. A few years ago, they took it down and sent the statue, I think, North Carolina, South Carolina. I might got my information wrong, but they took it down. They took the statue down. I'm not saying that they supposed to praise that statue. I'm not saying that at all. But it was a representation of you are entering the Bible state. So they had took that down, and after all that happened, a lot of things have changed. Nashville didn't start, after all that happened, Nashville started thinking about money. It wasn't about, it wasn't the Bible, it wasn't the Bible representation no more. It was all about money. They were building. When I first moved to Nashville, it was the cost of living was affordable. Everything. It was a nice setting, everything. But now, Nashville, all they think about is money now. The cost of living is terrible. It's causing our poor people or people, hardworking people, to move way out to the suburbs. So you gotta drive hours just to, if you work inside of Nashville, you have to drive hours, about 45 minutes or even longer, to go back and forth to work. The commute is just ridiculous. So, you know, they done moved all the hardworking middle class to poor families away and moved the people with money in the inner cities, like it's happening everywhere. But it didn't used to be like that. It used to be affordable. You could get you a 3-bedroom home for like $650, a nice home. But there's no such thing now, not in Nashville. So, I mean, they just took the Bible. They just took the spiritual. They took the real meaning of Tennessee away, and took the Bible away and put money first. There was the homelessness is kind of the high in Nashville. So the homeless had their own little town. I want to say little town, little. They had a tent town. It was their own little, town. They didn't mess with nobody. they just made themselves a place for them to stay. And it was a lot of tents, and it was a little neighborhood. And the rich people, I'm just going to say the rich people, they came in and evicted all them homeless people, because they didn't want the city to look bad while it was growing, which is bullcrap. And I know God frowned upon them, the homeless people's got, the tents was snatched away, and they didn't have no place to go. Now they're living under bridges, and it's just a lot. And I know God is frowning upon them. And the reason why I'm saying this, because when you get closer to God and you talk to him and have that one-on-one time, he's going to let you know. He's going to tell you what's happening. He's going to try to prepare you, but it's up to you to take heed of it. The reverse. When I kept saying the reverse, this is the time of the reverse. 2020 is the reverse. People thought it was going to be so exciting. Their life is going to change for the better. More money for them. Things is going to be booming. No. First come last, and last come first. God, this is the reverse right here, and a lot of people is feeling it right now. Things are happening right now. Right now in Antarctica, it is 62 degrees out in Antarctica right now. People that you never expected are dying right now. Different diseases is popping up that we never heard of, they never talked about, are here right now. Sorrow in our families are here right now. Everyone, you need to listen to me. Everyone that's going through right now, and then God, before 2019 and before, when God sit there and continue to bless you and bless you and bless you and bless you, and you did not acknowledge him, oh, you are going to be in a place to the point that you have no choice but to call on him. Nashville, Tennessee felt that it was 87 years ago since the last tornado. Now look, everything they just building up and everything like that is being destroyed. People are dying, done died. You hear me? You done took the Bible out of this state and replaced the word with money. You don't do that. And think God is not going to frown upon you. People, y'all need to wake up. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm telling the God honest truth. And also the reverse is the people who suffer for so long, but still praise God through all their trials and tribulations. Things is finna get better for you. Things are finna get better for us. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, y'all need to wake up. People need to wake up. This is the reverse, and it's not over, and it's finna get ugly. It's finna get ugly, y'all. I just pray for the people who lost their families during the tornado. Pray for the city of Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, I just say that you continue to stay prayerful. And if you're not haven't prayed, start. You need to start. Oh Lord, I'm looking rough. But that's what I have to say. The reverse is here. People is feeling it. I'm not lying. I was not lying when I'm saying, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, and we got years and years and years of this stuff. This is the beginning of God's to come. This is just the beginning. So that's all I had to say. God had put in my heart, and I'm just trying to think Is there anything else I have to say? But also be looking out for my sophomore CD. You know, the time is now. I had to get up out the depression and all that stuff and be prepared and allow God to use me, because there's a lot of lost people out there. So I just pray that finding in your heart to get closer to God. I love you. This is unique, and there's nothing you could do about it. Many blessings to you.